amazed at how the mind can capture some of the smallest things, even during tragedy. For me, it was 6:03 p.m., February the 4th, 2011. I've blogged about my sister's passing several times before, so you all know that Latasha died suddenly in her sleep at some time in the wee hours of the morning on February the 5th, 2011. I remember standing in her yard that day watching the coroner's van as they took her body away. And I was trying to wrap my mind around what had actually just happened. So in a desperate attempt to try to put some pieces to the puzzle together, I remember grabbing my cell phone and scrolling down to the time log and going back to 6:03 p.m., February the 4th, 2011. That phone call was the beginning of the last time that I would ever speak to my sister again. It was nothing out of the usual. She was on her way home from work and she was telling me about her day, cracking jokes like she always does. She had me laughing left and right. I mean, we laughed and laughed and laughed. But if I would have known that that would be the last time that I would ever speak to my sister again, I would have told her I loved her more. I would have told her how much she meant to me. I would have told her how much I appreciate her. I would have apologized for all of the times that I acted stupid. I wouldn't have never let her off the phone. I wouldn't have even let her go to sleep. Today, I'm asking those of you who are watching this to use my experience, to use my family's experience as a teaching tool. I want you to stop and ask yourself, if today at 6:03 p.m., if you knew that you would be speaking to someone that you love for the last time, what would you say to them? What would you do? It's amazing because we take the people that we love for granted all of the time. We take our spouses for granted. We take our children for granted. We take our parents for granted. We take our siblings for granted. We take our families, our friends, our jobs, our homes for granted all of the time. You see, my sister's death taught me so much about life and the importance of making the most out of every single moment. Her death taught me how to cherish every moment that we have, because I know now more than ever that tomorrow is not promised to you. I refuse to live life full of regrets. That's why I hug and kiss my children and my husband all the time. That's why I'm always telling my family and friends how much I love them. That's why I'm so passionate about helping others, especially through their own pain, because I know the breathtaking pain behind losing a piece of you. I know what it feels like to feel hopeless and helpless. I know what it feels like to believe that there is no way anything is going to ever get better or be right or be whole ever again. But I also stand as a living witness that through God, you can overcome anything. I thank God for teaching me how to turn my pain into purpose. I encourage those of you who are watching this that if you already haven't, to start making the most out of every single moment. Take nothing for granted. Because it's not about life being too short. It's about time well spent. Whatever it is that you have going on in your life, even though it may seem helpless and hopeless now, it won't always be that way. It may seem that way because I've been there, but it won't always be that way. Call up that family member that you haven't spoken to in a long time and tell them how much you love them. Call up that person that you had that falling out with and tell them that, hey, I forgive you, please forgive me, let's move past this. Go back to school, apply for that job, work hard for that dream home, spend time with your kids, go to church, make that date night with your spouse. Make the most of every moment.